Greetings to all you brave souls, you adventurers, you lost travelers, you sinners and saints. Welcome to the antechamber of the Lovecraft Country, Sanctum. There is much in store for you today, but before you experience the thrills of our main events in the Sanctum, spend some time here with me. Look around. Drink it in. Interact with some of my favorite artifacts and prepare yourselves for the strange and beautiful worlds we have waiting for you. If you've been to the Sanctum before, we welcome you back. We must be sure to teach the new travelers some basics, but this is also a good time to remind yourself of your many VR powers.
They changed it or something.
I think it's pretty darker.
It's different though.
They changed the mirror?
It looks different from the last time.
Oh no! Ew, no.
There's mine.
I don't know.
On guard! Clean.
Wait, are these
I really?
Clean.
I got the baby head. The swords?
Can we play with the swords? Give me one more.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
What's this?
Anything. What's your one? No, stop it! Stop it! No! Come back! Mike. I think I just killed. Mine. What about that helmet?
Can you put on a try on this helmet? Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. I don't think.
When you compare the sorrows of real life to the pleasures of the imaginary one, you will never want to live again, only to dream forever.
Here.
Ew, there's like some creepy like. Ew.
There's like vines on it now.
I want to see the helmet.
Maybe creep.
Once you've had your fill in the antechamber, you can set your sights over here, where we find one of the most wondrous objects these worlds have known. Just look at this. Some call it the orrery. Others call it the key. Approach the orrery, and I'll guide you in a ritual that will allow us to unlock the Sanctum and teleport to another space, where the main events await your arrival. Step into one of the circles on the floor. This ritual requires one person per circle. Let us begin the ritual, and let us begin with intention. Approach these celestial bodies and point your hand at one of them, the planet of your choosing. Next, squeeze your grip trigger to hold the planet in your hands. Raise that heavenly sphere in the air and press the trigger under your index finger. And I'll see you, I hope, on the other side.
Are we going in there?
Okay.
Is that next?
See you on
The
the
other
other side.
side.
Oh, well, she disappeared, I guess.
Congratulations, travelers. You've completed your ritual, and it's brought you here to the Lovecraft Country, Sanctum.
So what?
All right.
This place is awesome. This place is really trippy.
Yeah. Reminds me of
I know.
What is it?
A wise friend once said, "In the beginning was the Word." In this sanctum, the Word is with us and all around us. And the Word changes depending on what we do, and most importantly, how we play with it. Travelers, you are about to experience the magic that happens when words, performance, and you come together.
In a place called Lovecraft Country. It was all an American dream, sci-fi and pulp scenes. Mothers sang of precious lords, sweet chariots swinging low. Sang like Billy, Ella, Mahalia. Voices calling out like harps, like prayers, like psalms. Voices flying high like Nina's blackbird. We knew that we were all free because we heard those voices singing out. And there was that one voice, ringing out like a call to arms, like an alarm.
It comes as a great shock, around the age of 5 or 6 or 7, to discover the flag to which you have pledged allegiance, along with everybody else, has not pledged allegiance to you. It comes as a great shock to discover that Gary Cooper killing off the Indians when you were rooting for Gary Cooper, that the Indians were you. It comes as a great shock to discover that the country, which is your birthplace, and to which you owe your life and your identity, has not in its whole system of reality evolved any place for you.
Yes, it was all an American dream, sci-fi and pulp zines. Fathers sang of old man rivers and lilies of the field. Houses ablaze and men perched in trees, rifles and riots on their minds. Pushermen and pimps, songs of how a change is gonna come. And when is it gonna come? Still, we knew that we were all free because we heard their voices crying out, like John in the wilderness. And again, there was that one voice ringing out, like a call to arms, like an alarm.
From a very literal point of view, the harbors and the ports and the railroads of the country, the economy, especially of the southern states, could not conceivably be what it has become if they had not had, and do not still have indeed, and for so long, so many generations, cheap labor. I am stating very seriously, and this is not an overstatement, that I picked the cotton, and I carried it to market, and I built the railroads under someone else's whip for nothing.
Ah, children, this was all an American dream, sci-fi and pulp zines. Heroes swung their bats like 42, fists in the air, Olympic gold around their necks, flying like Flojo, floating like butterflies, the heavy weight of the world almost breaking them. But some bodies like Alvin's, like Josephine's, like Misty's, are made in God's great image. And some bodies cannot be broken. Some bodies know that they are free. They hear those voices calling out, those bodies, those huddled masses yearning. And that one voice, always a call to arms, like an alarm.
When I was growing up, I was taught in American history books that Africa had no history, and neither did I. That I was a savage, about whom the less said the better, who had been saved by Europe and brought to America. And of course, I believed it. I didn't have much choice. Those are the only books there were. Everyone else seemed to agree. If you walk out of Harlem, ride out of Harlem, downtown, the world agrees. What you see is much bigger, cleaner, whiter, richer, safer than where you are. They collect the garbage. People obviously can pay their life insurance. The children look happy, safe. You're not. And you go back home. And it would seem then, of course, that it's an act of God, that this is true, that you belong where white people have put you.
It was all an American dream, sci-fi and pulp zines. The creators sang out into Zaki because someone almost walked off with all her stuff. Tony and Milkman and Inside Parts, and the Mark of Sula, Audra and the Erotic, Langston and his Crystal Stairs, Octavia and the Blood Children, Lilith's Brood and the stuff dreams and nightmares are made of. Oh, we could not be erased because Gordon, Romeri, and Carrie Mae saw us. The stuff Kara saw and how it haunted us to sleep. Alice told us not to piss God off. You know, when people walk by the color purple in the field and don't notice it. When we saw their choice of weapons, we knew that we were all free. We could hear those words ringing out again. Another prayer, another song, and that one voice ringing out like an alarm.
One of the great things that the white world does not know, but I think I do know, is that black people are just like everybody else. We are also mercenaries, dictators, murderers, liars. We are human too. What is crucial here is that unless we can manage to establish some kind of dialogue between those people whom I pretend have paid for the American dream and those other people who have not achieved it, we will be in terrible trouble. I want to say at the end, at the last, is that is what concerns me most.
Beloveds, it was all an American dream, sci-fi and pulp zines, until we made it a reality. We sipped lemonade during hot girl summers, and we swallowed bad religion under the oceans. We went underground to build our own Lovecraft countries. And when we couldn't dream anymore, we wept. We wept for Sandra, for Trayvon, Brianna, for Rakia, Oscar, George, Dantre, for Corinne and the babies. We wept for Tulsa, Colfax, Rosewood, for Watts, Baltimore, Portland, and Minneapolis. We wept for all the dreams we lost. And when we woke up, because we woke up, we danced for them too. We did. We lived for them. We wrote for them. We prayed. And we sang like our mamas sang. And when we heard those voices calling out, we knew. Didn't you know? I knew.
When we, the Americans, we, the American people, are able to accept the fact that I have to accept, for example, that my ancestors are both white and black, that on that continent we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other, and that I am not a ward of America. I am not an object of missionary charity. I am one of the people who built the country. Until this moment, there is scarcely any hope for the American dream, because the people who are denied participation in it, by their very presence, will wreck it.
Family, imagine for a moment that this is all so much more than a dream. Imagine that you are free. Free of the monsters, or free to be a monster. Free to claim our birthright, or tear down the monuments built to our own forefathers. Free to exorcise the ghosts haunting our spirits, to journey to the center of the earth, to live in our skin, or free to shed it like a snake. Free to love or to kill. Free to travel through and under and over time. Free to become time, to avenge those we lost, to discover magic, to cast our own damn spells. Free to walk through fire, to live and to die. Free to take back our legacy again and again. Imagine, my people, imagine for a moment that the dream is reality. Imagine that you are awake. It's your voice that needs to ring out now. Imagine for a moment that you know what I know. That you are free. What song will you sing? What is your reality?
Wow.
I don't even know what to say.
I feel like everybody should
Amazing.
see that.
No.
I cried.
Did you?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
It was written by the show's writer, right?
Yeah, I think
Think
so.
so.
Is that
Yeah.
Jurnee?
This is
The-
yeah, it's
was it
I was
Lovecraft
really-
Country?
yeah,
I was
amazing.
really excited
Yeah, that
to
definitely
hear
sounds
the
like
songs.
Jurnee.
One of my favorite Toni Morrison was actually.
Levitating is a
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also the Octavia Butler reference. Amazing.
Yes, I heard that one.
I know.
Yeah.
the references. Wow. I need to like look up the writer now. I'm like curious what else she's done.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a new portal.
I don't know
Let's
what
think
else.
about
Oh.
that.
Oh, was that?
Okay.
I wonder what's Yeah. Hi.
Definitely a different vibe. Different vibe than the last one.
No, it's over there.
Everyone, come over here. Okay, welcome to the Abyss. This experience involves some pretty great heights, so if you're absolutely petrified of heights and really don't want to proceed, just take the key to your left. This door over here, you just grab the key and it'll take you safely back to Sanctum. I don't recommend you do it though, unless you really don't want to do it. And on your right hand side, if you go through this door to the Abyss, just grab the key one at a time, and it'll take you through the experience.
How high is high?
Welcome, travelers, to the Abyss. There's the path before you, and the dark vast beneath you. Walk forward, if you dare. Are you the type to look straight ahead, or will you be tempted to look below? Careful, traveler. You're not ready to face your destiny. Yet. Begin again. I applaud your efforts, traveler, but there's still a ways to go. Take a breath. And then another step. Traveler, can you hear that? Another win for you, traveler. Walk forward. An old friend once said, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. Look down. You've made it to the end, traveler. Although the end is a complicated notion when you're playing with that. Reach your hand and grasp your destiny.
I am
Down, down,
the last.
into the darkness,
I am the first.
the infinite, the abyss.
I am.
When you find yourself ready to exit the sanctum, think of this not as a final farewell or an end to your travels, but the beginning of a new journey and a new self. For if I've done my job, you won't be returning to your world the same person. Thank you, travelers. I hope to see you again soon in the Lovecraft Country Sanctum.